postman's been. Hi everyone, welcome to this week's video. Oh, I'm going to put that down, it's quite weighty. You can probably guess what's in the parcel, but I'll unpack it so that you can see. So I've had my paper delivery. Jackson's are brilliant, they put nice reinforcing on their boxes so it stays lovely and sharp. I keep a few sheets out and take the bulk of it back down to the house and put it in the drawer unit. This is Snowdon, it's 300 GSM. It works out cheaper for me to buy a pack because I use quite a bit of it. I can't be without my A1 paper. Morning everyone. The debris on my kitchen table. I carried on with my cards. Building up stock is a good thing. Once you've started, it's hard to pack it all away. So I will pack down this morning. But while I've been on the kitchen table, I had this little set of 3 canvases and I thought, I'll use those as some first little paintings to go with sketchbook work, which will just give me a warm-up going on to the big canvas. I haven't been into the cabin yet this morning. The sun is shining, so I'll be going up there and I'll show you. I've just put an initial ground down on that large square canvas. I don't know in my head exactly which boat, or we'll just play it by ear with that painting. But these are really sweet. I'm really enjoying working on these. Very simple. I'll drop some photos in, but these are just my early stages, just the early stages of these little paintings. I don't know where I'm going with that one. As usual, it's just a basic sort of underground, and I'm loving the colours on there. As well as my paper delivery, I've got another little delivery which I'll show you, and I've had ideas. When I put my paper in my paper drawer, I'll go and get it. I'll go and get the paper, hold on. I found at the bottom, I'd forgotten all about it. Well, I hadn't forgotten all about it. This is Saunders Waterford. It's 425 GSM. Lovely thick watercolour paper. Have a bit of a different texture. I've got some more in the packet left over for watercolour work, but I thought this might be quite nice. And it might lend itself quite nicely to a beach or boat painting. If I didn't have my paper drawers, I would just store these large A1 sheets under the sofa, just somewhere where they can lay flat. Rocket sunbathing. He always manages to find the hot spot in the house. This is my thick watercolour paper, so I need really to get that up on a board. And this is the other little delivery that came. I'll write the this isn't what I was expecting at all. I thought that this was from the pen company, and it's not from the pen company. It's a Turtle Doves. I was just thinking, gosh, where are they? Last year, you might remember, no, in the summer, the year before, I can't remember. I have these, and Turtle Doves had a sale on, so I couldn't resist having another. They're so warm, they're lovely, and you can sort of get your fingers tucked inside. So not what I was expecting to show you at all. I was thinking that looked about the right size for a little delivery from the online pen company. Oh, how funny is that? Maybe the pencils will come later this morning. This is as far as I've got at the moment, and I I need to really, I think the next stage, now I've got rid of the white canvas, is to think about where, how big. There are different ways I could approach that. I could do some drawings and I could cut them out and I could stick them on. Then I could move the boat around and see what might work. I think he needs to be quite a bit bigger. Or I could just go for it. I could pencil in. Or I'm just going to go in with the white paint and just see if I can put an outline of something a bit boat shaped on. Let's just get there. So I'll keep trying to stay very loose. Right, that gives me a bit of a beginning. You probably know by now that you don't need to be exact on these underlayers. It's literally is the undercoat. You need to begin somewhere. You need to start with something. I'm just going to wet the board. Yeah, I might even let that run. I might keep that. Keep a few runs going. A primary blue. Do you want to come in, Rock? Come on, come in. Come on. Well, an interesting thing's happened here. I started with that boat, but found myself coming in to that wash of colour for the sea. So consequently, that now is completely off. So that boat will go, and I'll home in completely on that one sketch there. So it's funny, isn't it? But you have to begin somewhere. And I couldn't make up my mind. I was drawn to that boat, but this has worked out quite nicely. I'll let that dry. I'll try and recreate something akin to this one here. The joy, all the joy is not knowing. You're learning as you go. With every single painting is different, and I love that. Rocket's been barking. He might have been barking at the postman, so I'm going to go down and see if those pencils have arrived. These are the pencils. They are, I am probably going to get the pronunciation all wrong. I had great tips on how to pronounce gouache, gouache, gouache. And then my friend yesterday said to me it's gouache. Oh, these are Staedtler. I will just put the name on the screen, and they're called Lumicolor Permanent pencils. I just got 4 because on that particular site they were sold out of other colours. I do have the Derwent Inktense pencils, but I thought I'd have a go with these. And on my paperwork that's still ongoing, I just thought how I might just pull a line through, bit of random mark making. And those guys, let's do a bit of scribble work there. Bit of scribble play. Quite nice. Okay, I'm going to put some white paint back here. I have to say I'm loving every tool I can lay my hands on at the moment. That yellow's nice. This is a very bland little section at the bottom. There's not much going on here. I'll wait for that to dry and then I'll pull a line back through with one of those pencils. The original boat has gone. I've taken it out and I am concentrating completely on that sketch. So, you know, this is just a first attempt. I didn't draw, I just literally went straight in with the brushes and dabbled around to try and start to build up something of that boat. So there's quite a lot more to go here. I came in this morning and I'm quite happy with the most of that. I might lighten up, I might lift some of this, and I might lift up here as well. And I think I've got the proportion better. I don't know if it still needs to be a bit bigger. The good thing is to not look at it and then come in tomorrow and see it fresh. I might actually move it if I put it directly in my eye line as I walk in. Giving it more distance is always a really good thing to be able to see. Sometimes if the proportion or the composition, if it's off. I've moved Boaty over because I'm going to just put down a wash of colour for that abstract. Right, so I've completely covered that over. I'm just going to leave that today and then come back in. A beginning, that's just stage one. Morning everyone. Winter is well and truly here. I don't have water in the cabin and I keep forgetting to bring up extra bottles. I've forgotten my brushes, clean brushes. I have a utility full of washed brushes. I've cut up my A1 watercolour sheet. Let me put that there. And from one A1 sheet, these are 8 by 8. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 pieces of 8 by 8. These are 8 by 6. So I tried to try to get as much as I could with no waste. So I've got, no, 5. I have got, right, I've got 6 8 by 8s, I've got 5 8 by 6s, and I've got 1 little 6 by 6. I worked a little bit last night in Sketchbook. This is very, very random stuff, but the boats still seem to want to come through. I've had some thoughts on that little abstract piece. Maybe this time, so having worked this one from the paperwork, maybe I'll work another canvas from this one. Quite a few of you have said that you could see a wintry scene, street scene, and I'm totally on board with that. So it comes back to pure abstraction versus being able to just, for me, I think it's about finding a little way in sometimes. Maybe more on the boat and maybe more on this abstract. Now I've decided. So I've got my small roller. I want to bring in, and I want to just see, I've just got it in my head this morning. I'm going to put him back over there and come in tomorrow, give it another look. Put him back up there. So I've decided that some kind of interior. Something I like about it. Seeing the boat down there, I'm going to have to more. And I decided I'd go here. Then I kept looking up there and I started seeing the gable end of a house. So I started playing around with some shapes. So lots more to be done there. And I'll keep looking for clues on this one. So nice to have a mix of things. I might take these pieces of watercolour paper down to the house and work on the kitchen table and see what they might like to be. I think I want the boat to be more dramatic. All the brushes, I'll sort those in a minute. My two favourite sketchbook. I hope it's not too gloomy because it's very rainy out there. I have, if I can get this off, trapped myself in my jacket. I last night was having a look at the photograph I've got of the small abstract, and it just suddenly all became very clear. I can now see a cottage and some trees on the hillside. So I did a little sketch in my book last night. Very, very, very rough. And so I'm going to try and, I couldn't wait to get in this morning and have a go and see if I can keep it abstracted but with an essence of a house on a hill. I know that this week I won't get that boat painting finished. What I have got finished on the kitchen table is 2 out of 3 of those small canvas paintings. I'll drop a photo in. Well, that seemed to come together remarkably quickly. So you can see a connection. There's more of a story here. I've got plenty to be going on with this week. I know I've said it before, it's not for everyone, this art process. This type of art practice works for me really, really well. Just having work in rotation, it allows everything a little bit of breathing space. I have that impatient DNA, it's in my DNA to be impatient and to just want to keep going and going and going. I'm really keeping Craig busy at the moment. That means I've got those 2 that can do with a frame. I think I'm going to end here. I hope you have a great week, everyone. I love in the comments hearing what everybody's up to. It's really, really good. I got some really good advice on that cyclamen painting. And as soon as I read the comment, which basically said each section is the same, has the same depth, it was like, yeah, obviously that's what's wrong with it and that's what's driving me crackers with it. So that feedback is so helpful. You guys spur me on, and I hope that you can pick up 1 or 2, even if it's 1 or 2 little things to spur you on. I think with all the horror that's going on around the world at the moment, art and being creative is cathartic, and it's a good thing. It's a good positive thing. So I'm hanging in with my art, and I hope you hang in with yours. Have a lovely week, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.